So, welcome to my games of 2015. Some of the games I loved in 2015. Now, I was playing with the idea of doing my number one game for 2015, and it was nearly impossible. I went through all the lists, and I was thinking about it for many, many nights, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't pick one game because there's been so many great games. And what I thought I'd do is just look back on some of my favorite games of 2015, some of the ones I've enjoyed the most. Now, in no particular order, I'll just kind of start. One of the games that I really loved and I never got a chance to talk about was a game that I was terrible at as a kid. I was really, really bad at it, and that was Resident Evil 1. And Capcom released a high-definition upgrade, even to the GameCube version, on the PS4. And I got a chance to play that version, and holy cow, I was absolutely blown away with the graphics, and I really, for the very first time ever, got further than I've ever gotten in Resident Evil 1 ever. Like, Rob and his brother used to be amazing at the game when we were younger. I, not so much. But I got a chance to play this, and I fell in love with Resident Evil 1. What a great presentation. The graphics are stupendous. The gameplay, was really amazing as well. But I don't know why this new high definition remake just really brought me into it, and big props to that game. So if you haven't tried it, you're on the fence about it, definitely pick it up. It's not too expensive as well. Speaking of high definition upgrades, the PC port of Final Fantasy VII just went on sale a little bit ago. I picked that up, and I haven't played Final Fantasy VII since it was released 18 years ago. I played it a couple of times, just started it up, captured some footage maybe for an episode, but I've never sat down and started playing it again. And it's not that it's an older game and we're nostalgic about it, so that's why we talk it, it's so good. It, honest to God, is such a wonderful game, such an incredible story. The setting is awesome, the combat is great, music is just at a different level. So if you haven't snagged it yet, definitely grab the high definition upgrade. Not to be confused with the high definition remake that's coming out next year. I picked up a game this year that I would never normally pick up. It's not that I don't like the series. It's just kind of been off my radar to pick up these types of games, and that's Dragon Ball Xenoverse. There's been so many Dragon Ball games over the years, and I played them, and I was like, oh, that's cool, or, tried them out at a friend's place, but I never kind of really got into them, and I never was buying my own versions of them. And I don't know what it was. I saw the graphics, I'm like, it's just exactly like the anime, and and the other ones look so good too, but I'm like, this one, I have to get this one. I'm not passing this up. And I got it, and I had such a wonderful time, and just reliving good old Dragon Ball Z again. It just brought back a whole bunch of wonderful childhood memories, and the gameplay is really good. I had a lot of fun playing this game, and that's what I want to say about Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So much fun. It's the closest thing I've ever got to playing the anime, in a video game. I mean, it was just beautiful, graphic-wise, gameplay-wise, it was really good. I just had a lot of fucking fun and just recapturing my youth again. Now, another game that I initially picked it up and last year, and I was a little lukewarm when I hit level 20. I was like, oh, there's a light system, and I don't feel like doing this to upgrade anymore. And that was Destiny. At first Destiny, I got to level 20, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and I was off the game. Where I started playing with my friend Andrew, and it just reawakened. We're like, hey, why didn't we play that game together, Destiny? I just, let's screw around on a night, and well, I started gaining light levels, I started getting into it, getting better equipment, and then the Taken King came out, and oh my god, we got really into that, and that's the thing, I played this game for a couple months straight, very casual, and that's what I like about Destiny, is that I can just pick it up anytime, play it, and put it down, I'm done, and I can come back to it in a month's time, which we're planning on doing, going back to it and playing it again, and having a good time with it again. And to me, Destiny's all about playing with your friends. That's what makes the game good. It's funny, I used to be a really big Halo fan, a really huge, and I still like Halo, don't get me wrong, but Destiny just took what I liked about Halo and took it to the level, where adding a lot of cool RPG elements to it, and hell, I love that stuff, and being able to run around with my friends and just hunt for rare items, pretty cool. Huge game got released this year to a lot of controversy with the creators of the game, and that is Metal Gear 5, the 5th one, maybe the last in the series, we'll see. It sold quite well for Konami, the hellish company from hell. But you know, I look at the game as a Kojima production, and he worked on this game. It was his last game. I'm quite nostalgic about that for him. Now, I will be honest with you, it is a flawed game. There's a lot of things wrong with it. It feels like an unfinished game in a lot of ways, but I loved it. I really did. It was very repetitive, doing the same thing over again on many levels. But it was the first time I ever got to play a Metal Gear game that was open world. It really felt like that. I could run or, do multiple ways into any kind of like outpost or whatever. Many ways to do any given mission. And I love that freedom. I love freedom in video games. I've always loved it. And the exploration aspect exists in this game really well as well. But I loved Metal Gear 5. I really has a soft spot in my heart. This year I sat down one day. And I haven't done this since I was a kid. Really, I haven't done this since I was a kid. I played for 14 hours straight. Now, granted, I would go for bathroom breaks, food breaks, but I was always hurrying back. And I just remember it was the end of my 14 hours, and I'm like, oh. I got up and I said to Kim, I walked over to the patio, and I needed to get some air. I was lightheaded. And she's like, oh, are you okay? I said, oh, I feel fantastic. It was so good. I really enjoy gaming like that. And you all know when you get a chance to do that, it's euphoric. And I hit that. And Metal Gear's story was good. I've already done a review of it, so it's up there on the internet. I still stand behind my review of the game, but I had a lot of fun with this game this year. Now, a game that just came out recently that I'm only about 5 hours into... I swear to God, it's like my retirement package. It really is. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Oh my God. This game is so big in scope. It's so gigantic. There's so much to do in it. There's so much content. And it's overwhelming. It's an overwhelming experience. Even myself, coming from a really heavy JRPG background, coming to this game is like, holy shit, this is huge. This is like really overwhelming for me, but it's great. I enjoy the music. The music's a little bit of singing, rapping kind of going on at times, and I like it. It's different. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of Persona battle music at times, but character designing is great. I could go on and on about this game, but it's the vastness of the world. I kind of look at it as like Avatar. It feels like the Avatar world, but in an anime spin on it, where and kind of actually Avatar had robot mech suits in it as well. So it's kind of the same thing. You have your mech suits in this, and you can explore the world, and it's big. You'll be running around and all of a sudden you'll see this gigantic, like the size of the screen monster just wandering the world, and you're like this compared to like this thing, and it gives you a real sense of scope. And I can't wait to get more into the game over the Christmas break season and just being able to explore a lot more, because right now I'm overwhelmed, but I'm liking it. It's one of my favorites up there for 2015. Fallout 4 is another game with a vast world, an incredibly complex world of almost infinite possibilities of what you can do. I did a bit of a playthrough of it and played through the first bit of the game, and man, oh man, Fallout is just a game to be appreciated for its pure scope, its pure size, all the intricate amount of things that you can do in it, and oh my God, Fallout is it's a major investment, and I know people that put over 120 hours into it that are still going. They finished the main game and they're still rocking and rolling. I am certainly not that far in at all, but you have to appreciate the game development that went into Fallout 4. It's just staggering. Another game I was looking forward to this year was Dragon Quest Heroes, and let me tell you, it did not disappoint. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Dynasty Warriors. I wasn't even the biggest fan of Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U, but I appreciated those types of games, and, I knew what it was all about, that you were fighting wave after wave of enemies, and I appreciated it, but it wasn't really my thing. But I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go with Dragon Quest Heroes, because I do love the world setting, I do love the characters. And I gotta say, I loved it. I fell in love with this game. It's a beautiful game to look at. It's a fun game to play. The gameplay just flows. I mean, 20 hours in, the challenge really kicks in, and there's many possible ways to do any given level, and it gets really intense 20 hours in, so I really recommend it. The graphics are stupendous. It's really like playing a Dragon Quest anime. Man, a nostalgic game came out. I didn't even know, like, to be honest with you, that this was even going to be a thing, but it was. Transformers Devastation. They did everything that I've ever wanted. They grabbed G1. They just made the graphics look like the old cartoon. They brought back some voice actors. I mean, a pure pleasure to play by Platinum. Platinum Games, one of my favorite developers that know what the fuck to do with a franchise. And these guys knew exactly what to do with this franchise. A pure pleasure. I'm halfway through the game. It's one of those ones I'm picking up, you know, midweek and just playing a few hours at a time. But it is awesome. High recommendations for that. I need to get a physical copy because I had to download a copy. Another big surprise to me was Bloodborne this year. Man, oh man, I swear I got some hairs on my chest. I grew some hairs on my chest from playing this game because it is so wonderful. It is so challenging. It is so beautiful. It is so challenging. It's a game that really, once I got the foundations of it, I understood, when I understood what to do, holy crap, it reminded me of old school gaming. The punishment, but the feeling of success when you get past an insane boss or anything like that. It's just a pure pleasure, and Bloodborne is just, I mean, the world, the gothic setting, the monster design, the boss design, the sound design. Good lord, I mean, a pure, if I could give a game a 10 out of 10, I'd give Bloodborne a 10 out of 10. It really has earned its merits. It really has, and as I say, it gave me a few hairs in my chest. I need to shave those, by the way. Now, a couple of games that I did not play, hopefully I get them for Christmas, or I'll pick them up after, during the Boxing Day week, is Mario Maker. God damn it, I kind of said I'll wait for Christmas time to pick that up, but all of my friends are just screaming about this game. I've seen people playing other people's levels. It looks wonderful. I must get that game. And another game, The Witcher. The Witcher has eluded me all this time. Trust me, even I'm like, what the fuck don't I have The Witcher? And I'm going to pick it up during the Boxing Week sales as well. It's something that I know is like a game of 2015 that I have to play. I've seen so many reviews on it. So many of my friends have been preaching the religion of The Witcher, and they're like, God damn it, you love RPGs, you'll love this game. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I got, meanwhile I'm playing 14 hours of Metal Gear. It's like, yes, I got time for all this stuff, where I think I have a little bit of time to play some Witcher 3, and I'm really looking forward to it. So guys, I left out a bunch of games. Those are some highlight moments that I want to talk about. What are some games of 2015 that you really liked? Some games that maybe I should play that I haven't mentioned in the last year, because I played a hell of a lot more games than just this. But if there's anything that you're like, oh my god, you gotta play this game, it's really good, please leave a comment down below, let me know. So anyways guys, until next time.